At the start of the year, when we were together for our senior reception, 9 of you who didn't show had missed out on an opportunity to get a free class ring. It is certainly ironic that now, at the end of the year, you 9, as well as the rest of us, are missing out, this time on our McAllister Fieldhouse graduation. This unique ceremony is one of many challenges our class experienced, especially in our final year together. Yet, as a class, we responded in a brave, proud, and unyielding manner without retreat. Such a response ultimately shows the bond we have, which is why I believe our class is known as the class that stood tall. An analogy I once heard can be related to one of the most difficult decisions a leader must make, and that is knowing when to jump on the grenade. On February 6th, 2 cadets decided to jump on that grenade. On this day, the Corps was conducting its usual practice parade. At the same time, a funeral service was being held for Cadet Joe Fernandez. Cadets Henry Brown and William Mathis had instructed their battalion to conduct an about-face and salute the casket as it was being brought into the chapel, an action that was against protocol. Despite potential repercussions, these 2 stood tall. Their actions were not to disrespect the administration, but rather to show respect toward a fallen Citadel brother. That night, Ben Snyder, our regimental commander, gave a memorial speech in honor of Joe. He made some reassuring remarks we all needed to hear, and not because it was outlined in the guide to being a cadet officer, but because the Corps was hurting and his focus was not on himself, but rather on how he could support us. At a pivotal moment during the year, when Corps morale was at an all-time low, these individuals made decisions that were brave, proud, and unyielding. They stood tall. And then we had people like Alex Daniel. Alex also knows when to make the tough call, like asking the commandant if they could fix the ice cream machine, the senior mess. Even though the commandant replied with, "You don't need it," Alex stood tall, and shortly thereafter, ice cream was in fact restored to the senior mess. Truth is, we have all stood tall in our own way. We behaved bravely as we helped and encouraged those around us. These relationships we have built create the bonds that are necessary for a successful and fulfilling life. Our lives revolve around the relationships we make. So what does this mean for our class? It means that we must never forget. We must never forget where we came from, where we are going, and the relationships we create along the way. It's with our strong relationships that we can stand tall. As I close my speech, I want to say thank you. Thank you to the college for organizing one of the most interesting graduations ever recorded. To all of my friends who supported me along the way, and especially my karaoke group. To my parents and family for making these last 4 years possible. And all of you parents for allowing me to meet such wonderful people from the class of 2020. Lastly, to the class of 2020, I want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your lives. And most importantly, thank you for standing tall.